This tutorial is part 1 of 2 in which we will be covering sources for finding demographics and consumer characteristics. Part 1 covers University Reporter, formerly MRI Plus, which contains consumer product usage data. In Part 2, we will cover the U.S. Census Bureau website, which contains population and other demographic information. Part 2 will also cover American Fact Finder, which is a gateway into the U.S. Census data. You will be using the SM323 New Product Development course guide that we have been using in previous tutorials. As a reminder, to find this guide from the Pardee Library homepage, click on Research from the menu on the right, then click on Research Tutorials and Course Guides, and then scroll down to SM323 New Product Development. University Reporter is linked from a few different pages in this guide, but today we will access the database from the Determining Markets and Segments page from the menu on the left. University Reporter contains detailed consumer product and media data. The data is collected from a national sample of U.S. consumers and includes demographics, product usage, and media exposure. The first time you use the database, you will need to register and create a login. This process requires a specific registration number dedicated to the BU community. You can find the registration number in the University Reporter tutorial guide. This guide can be accessed by clicking on More below the University Reporter link in this guide. It is also located on the Research Tutorials and Course Guides page where you access this course guide. The first time you click on the University Reporter link, you will need to log in using your BU username and Kerberos password. You will then land on the registration page. In the tutorial guide, you will find login and registration information, as well as instructions on how to create and read the reports. Before returning to the SM323 New Product Guide, use the registration number with your name and BU email address to register in University Reporter. You will immediately receive an email for password creation and validation. Remember, the process must be completed in 3 days. Now we are ready to create a report. Enter the database and click on the University Reporter icon. Then choose 2015 Spring Reporter. We will continue to use cookware for a sample search. Choose Kitchen, Cooking, and Serving Products. A report will be generated. On the left, you will see Report Type. The default is Standard, but you can also choose Trend from the drop-down menu to see data for the last 3 years, which may be useful later in your research. We will leave it on Standard for now. Also on the left, you will see Base, which is the population group the information in the table is based on. There are several choices, such as men, women, total principal shoppers, and others. We will leave it on the default, total adults, for now. The last section on the left contains all of the product categories and usage patterns gathered from surveys. We will look at aluminum cookware bought in the last 12 months for an example. Once we choose our product and usage pattern, the database will generate a report. You will need to take your time scrolling through the data to become familiar with the details that you specifically want and pertain to your research. Later in the tutorial, we will cover how to customize the report to view that specific data depending on your needs. Now we will cover what the columns on the right tell us. The targets are all of the demographic and media data points obtained and compiled from University Reporter surveys from the specific year that we chose from the main menu when first entering the database, which was 2015 Spring Reporter. If we choose Trend, we can see the last 3 years. Base total 000 indicates the total number of the demographic, in this instance, that are in the population. The base for this report is total adults. Looking at the age 25 to 34 target group, we can see that there are 42,319,000 in the continental U.S. population. The next column, 000, means projected audience. There are 3,037,000 25 to 34-year-olds who bought aluminum cookware in the last 12 months. The next column, percent detail, or vertical percent, is the percent of category users who are 25 to 34 years old. In this case, 25.72% of the aluminum cookware was bought by 25 to 34-year-olds in the continental U.S. The next column, percent target, or horizontal percent, is the percent of 25 to 34-year-olds who bought aluminum cookware. In this case, 7.18% of all 25 to 34-year-olds in the continental U.S. bought aluminum cookware. The last column, index, is the propensity of aluminum cookware buyers to be 25 to 34 years old, and vice versa, as compared to the base. So an index of 145 means aluminum cookware buyers are 45% more likely than the rest of the base total adults to be 25 to 34 years old. It also means that 25 to 34-year-olds are 45% more likely to buy aluminum cookware than anyone else in the base of total adults. To customize your report, click on the Options icon in the top right toolbar. It looks like a gear wheel. You will land on the Targets tab. Clear the Selected Targets window on the right by clicking the left double arrow. This will remove all the data points. Then choose the specific desired data points you would like, one at a time, from the Available Targets window on the left, and after each choice, click on the right single arrow, which will move the information back into the Selected Targets window on the right. You can choose to make these your default. That way you don't have to do this each time you work with the table. Then click OK to see your customized table. In Part 2, we will cover the U.S. Census Bureau website and the American Fact Finder, two great sources for demographic information and population statistics. For further questions or assistance, contact Kathy Berger, Assistant Head of Information Services, or any of the party reference librarians. We have included a Get Help page on the guide with ways to contact the librarians. We have also added a page with the previous tutorials for easy reference.